Associate Professor and Research Supervisor in Department of Commerce, Dr. Shyamala's contributions are vast and impactful. Her journey includes pivotal roles such as head in charge, college admission coordinator, and various committee memberships, showcasing her commitment to academic leaderships and institutional development. Dr. Shyamala's scholarly achievements are equally remarkable, with PhD from University of Madras and portfolio publication records in esteemed national and international journals. Her research on topics like social media marketing, consumer behavior, and digital transformation has significantly enriched academic discourse and industry insights. Beyond her academic pursuits, Dr. Shyamala has been instrumental in shaping young minds through workshops, conferences, and faculty development programs across the country. Her dedication to guiding doctoral scholars and serving as an academic counselor reflect her passion for nourishing future leaders in academia. Today, as we celebrate Dr. Shyamala Illustration's career, let us acknowledge her tireless efforts, scholarly achievements, and unwavering commitment to education and research. Please join me in extending our heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to Dr. Shyamala K for her invaluable contributions to our institution and her academic community at large. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, all. Thank you, Gomati ma'am, for your good introduction. Yes, let's start our today's session. Today we are going to see emotional intelligence skill. Day 2 of 7 days online FDP on essential skills for professional development in higher education. Yes, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt in the heart. The beautiful quote derived by Helen Keller, the most powerful author, American author. She is an educationalist. Most of us know about Helen Keller. Is emotional intelligence, the word coined from heart and brain together. Heart plus brain, that word coined from our heart and brain. Emotional intelligence. Emotions come from our heart and intelligence come from our brain. While being book smart might help you pass tests, emotional intelligence prepares you for the real world by being aware of the feelings of others as well as your own feelings. The emotional intelligence, that beautiful word coined by Peter Salve and John Mayer. Yes, we come to our topic, emotional intelligence. We are going to see the today's session, what is IQ, how do we know if we are emotionally intelligent, intellectual quotient versus emotional intelligence, IQ versus EQ, component of emotional intelligence, why EI is important to the teaching fraternity, emotional intelligence chart, and overview of emotionally intelligent. And next, simple tips to improve our EI. Yes, what is IQ? IQ stands for intelligent quotient, and in short, it is a measure of a person's reasoning ability. In other words, an IQ test is supported to gauge how well someone can use information and logic to answer the questions or make predictions. Yes, a real intelligent quotient test is a structured and clinical assessment with the psychological backgrounded people or psychologists conducted by trained professionals. What is IQ or what are IQ tests used? IQ tests can be managed and used for a number of reasons. The most common reason why a parent would be seeking to find the child's IQ level. Yes, they are diagnosed poor school performance for adult. The most common reason for wanting an intelligent quotient is for career guidance or to determine job suitability. How do we know if we are emotionally intelligent or not? Yes, here we discuss some points about the emotional intelligent emotionally we are emotionally intelligent or not. An ability to identify and describe what people are feeling. Yes, we have to know other people's feeling. And awareness of strengths and personal strengths and limitations. Yes, we know our we must know our strengths and weaknesses. Self-confidence and self-acceptance. The ability to let down of mistakes. Yes, the successful person should let down their mistakes. An ability to accept and embrace changes. Yes, we have to resistance to accept the changes. A strong sense of curiosity, particularly about others. Yes, we all know this point. Your strongly sense of curiosity, particularly about the other persons. Feelings of empathy and concern for others. Yes, we are always stand other man's shoes. Showing sensitivity to the feelings of other people. Accepting responsibility for mistakes. The ability to manage emotions in difficult situations. Yes, we are always manage the any situation. We practice to manage any situation. How is emotional intelligence is measured? A number of different assessments have emerged to measure level of emotional intelligence. That is, tests generally fall into two types. We have to know two types of tests for the to measure the emotional intelligence. First one is self-report test and ability test. Self-report test. We talk about self-report test. The test most common because they are the easiest to manage the score. On such test, respondent respond to the questions or statements by rating their own behavior. See, for example, on a statement such as, I often feel that I understand how others are feeling. A test taker describe the statement as strongly disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. In our point of view, this is 5-point Likert scale method, scaling method. Next method is ability test. On other hand, the other test, ability test, involve having people respond to situations and assessing their skills. Such tests often required people to demonstrate their ability, which are then rated by the third party. Yes, third person marked their perceptions or their demonstration, assessing through some assessment system. The third party ranking only to taken care of the ability tests. Next, we move on to four components of emotional intelligence. Yes. Perceiving emotions. First one is perceiving emotions, reasoning with emotions, understanding emotions, and managing emotions. The reasoning emotions is nothing but using emotions. Perceiving emotions is the first step in understanding our emotions. It is perceive accurately for our emotional state of mind. In many cases, it might involve understanding the expressions. Next one is using emotions. The second component is using emotions. It involves emotions to promote thinking and cognitive activities. Emotions help prioritize what we pay attention and react to. Yes, what we pay attention and prioritize our activity. We respond emotionally to things that greater our attention. Yes. The third component is understanding emotions. The emotions that we perceive a wide variety of emotions. If someone is expressing angry, someone is expressed their happiness, it observed and interpret with the other person. Say for example, if your boss is acting angry, it might mean that they are dissatisfied with our work, or some mistakes or something we can done in our work. Or managing emotions. The fourth component is managing emotions. The ability to manage emotions effectively is a critical part of emotional intelligence. And the highest level, this is the fourth component, is the highest level of emotional intelligence. Regulating emotions and responding appropriately. Yes, we have to regulate our emotions means we answer or we respond to the other persons properly, as well as responding to the emotions of others are all important aspect of emotional management. This is comes under emotional management. Yes, we have a test for emotional intelligence also. We have a test for IQ is self-report test and ability test. Here we are going to see emotional intelligence test. Emotional intelligence test managed by a mental health professionals. We will see two. We will see here two measures that might be used for mental health or emotional intelligence. Mayer Solvay test and emotional and social competency inventory test. Next, we move on to EQ versus IQ. Emotional intelligence versus intelligent quotient. Intelligent uh, intelligent quotient measures cognitive ability, but emotional quotient measures emotional intelligence. IQ focuses on logic, problem solving, or memory, but EQ focuses on self awareness and empathy. IQ predominantly influenced by genetics, EQ primarily shaped by social and environmental factors. IQ slabs throughout the life, but EQ developed and enhanced. IQ assessed academic performances, but EQ affects interpersonal relationships. IQ associated with IQ tests and EQ evaluated through emotional intelligence tests. Uh, High IQ doesn't guarantee for high EQ, but high EQ can complement high IQ. Predict successful in academic and professional. It predicts success in interpersonal and leadership roles. IQ responsive training, but EQ responsive to emotional intelligence training. Yes, intelligent quotient purely related to our brain. It is talk about thinking part only, established by teens, certain age only. We have to establish our IQ to certain age. But emotional intelligence connected with our heart, it purely talk about feeling part. It can be improved throughout our lifetime improvement. Who's the topper? Only IQ level, high IQ level person only the topper? No. IQ and EQ person only the topper. These are some emotional part. Our emotions. Some positive emotions and some negative emotions. Yes, what are all the positive emotions? Understanding, calm, protecting, humor, happy, joyful, strong, rational, delightful, safe, thankful. These are all comes under positive emotions. Then what is negative emotions? Irritating, surprised, violent, sad, and angry, sensitive, confusing, dissatisfied. These are all comes under negative emotions. Surprised, sad. These are all some example emotions. Positive or negative or both? Yes, it's both positive and negative. Yes, colors are always connected with our emotions. Red, blue, and white color connected with hungry. That's why the hotel industry used these colors for their logo. Here you see A to B, Pizza Hut, Annapurna, Gauri Shankar, Saravana Bhavan, Domino's Pizza. This all the three colors we seen in the clip. This is the main part of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is commonly defined by 4 attributes. What are they? Self-awareness, empathy, self-regulation, motivation, and social skill. The five attributes are interlinked and interconnected. Self-awareness. It is the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions. A critical emotional intelligence skill beyond the recognition of our emotions. It also includes being aware of the effect of our actions, moods, and emotions on others. Sir, please mute yourself. The next one is self-regulation. Self-regulation. To become self-aware, we must learn to correctly identify each particular emotion we experience. We must be capable of monitoring our own emotions and recognize different emotion reactions. Self-aware individuals also recognize the relationship between how they feel and how they behave. We have to regulate our emotions. How we regulate our emotions is we are giving two examples. We call our friend and talk something like the day, how was the day going, went on, or something like that, or listening the music. These are all the things to regulate our emotions. Social skills. When we are self-aware, we recognize personal strength and limitations. Open to new information and experiences, we learn from our interactions with the other persons. The author Goldman suggests that people who possess self-awareness have a good sense of humor and confident in themselves and their abilities, and aware of how other people perceive them. How to improve self-awareness? Ask for constructive feedback. Keep things in a notebook. Learn new skills. Meditate. Pay attention to our thoughts and emotions. We must pay attention to our thoughts and emotions. Practice mindfulness. Reflect on our experiences. Set goals. Use positive self-talk. Yes, nowadays we can't able to talk with our family member. How can we talk selfly? Yes, in addition, impact our emotional intelligence required to regulate and manage our emotions. These emotional intelligence skills doesn't mean putting emotions on the hide thing, or we are not express our emotions in the situation. It simply means waiting for the right time and place to express our emotions. How to improve self-regulation? Be mindful of our thoughts and feelings. Build de-stress tolerance skills. find a way to manage difficult emotions, look at challenges and opportunities, perceive communication skills, recognize that we have to choose our emotion state, use the emotions in the proper way, work on accepting your emotions. Next, social skill. True emotional understanding involves more than just understanding our emotions and those of others. We must also be able to put this information to work in our daily interactions and communications. To interact well with others is an important emotional intelligence skills, social skills, such as active listening skill, verbal and non-verbal communication skill, and uh, communicate and communicate and listening skill allow us to build meaningful relationship with others and develop a strong understanding with the people. These skills are important to the workplace as well as the professional settings. Manage our daily needed skills. How to improve social skills? Ask open-ended questions. Notice other people's social skills. Practice good eye contact. Practice your social skills. Practice active listening skills. Show interest in others. These are all some things to improve our social skills. Empathy. Empathy, put yourselves in others' shoes. The ability to understand other people's feelings and see things from their point of view. The another critical emotional intelligence skill, it involves being able to recognize other person's emotional state and understand why they are expressing the feeling or emotions. Being empathetic allow us to understand the power or dynamics that can influence social relationships, such as those difference between the exist and culture and communities. This is important for guiding us interactions with different people in the each day. Those high empathy can sense who possess power in a relationship and also understand how this impacts each person's feelings and behaviors. Because of this, they can better interpret situations that on power dynamics. Yes, these are some tips to build empathy. Be willing to share your feelings. Engage in a case such as a community project. Listen to other people. Practice a loving kindness meditation. Talk to new people. Try to imagine yourself in someone else's place. The last one is motivation. Here we have to see one image. The king name is Genghis Khan. He used to motivate their soldiers every war, before the war and after the war. Motivation is that much important. People who are emotionally intelligent or motivated by things beyond external rewards like fame, money, recognition, and acclaim. Instead of, they have a passion to fulfill their own inner needs and goals. People with this emotional intelligence skill seek internal rewards, also known as intrinsic motivation. They experience flow from being totally in all the activities, pursue work experiences. How to improve the motivational skills? Avoid overusing or exhausting. Celebrate your results. Yes, we have to celebrate small things and small successes. Focus on setting small and measurable goals. Don't draw a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. Just draw 1-day plan or 3 days plan. I introduce challenges to keep things interesting. Set goals to help build intrinsic motivation. Work with a friend or co-worker to foster accountability. Recognize emotions, yours and theirs, can help you understand where others are coming from, the decisions they make, and how your own feelings can affect another people or other people. We are here in our brain. We have two minds. One is thinking mind and another one is feeling mind. In the feeling mind, we have one liquid named amygdala. Amygdala is the most powerful liquid which is in feeling mind. That's why we are react immediately. Amygdala hijack. This is the brain picture. In the thalamus, we have amygdala. The amygdala is the liquid, comes from our feeling mind. The feeling mind, one part is thalamus. Is emotional vending. How we are vending our emotions. Today we are putting so much of emotional status. That is one point to vending our emotions. Or Facebook or any social media, we are putting the post to vent our emotions. Why emotional intelligence skills are important? Why we require the skills? Possessing strong emotional intelligence skill can have a number of positive effects on a person's life. People with such skills can keep their cool and calm person. We get leadership skills. What is leadership skills? Emotional intelligence allow us to be a more effective leader. Communication skill, it understanding how others are feeling allows us to communicate with them better. Self-knowledge skill, being more aware of what we feelings allow us to understand ourselves more deeply. Self-control, Awareness of our emotions also allow to develop our self-control ability. The last one is stress management. This is most uh, need for the our skill. It managing our emotions effectively allow us to extend greater control in situations marked by stress or conflict. Emotional intelligence skills also allow us to feel greater empathy for the people around. This skills plays an important role in developing and maintaining interpersonal relationships. Creating strong connections with others enables you to foster a strong social support network, which plays a pivot role in both physical and mental health. Why is emotional intelligence useful? Interest in teaching and learning social and emotional intelligence has grown in recent years. Yes, we are now only we come to know about the stress management skills and emotional intelligence skills. The word we are recently used. Social and emotional learnings. This type of programs have become a standard part of the curriculum for the many schools. Yes, school level itself, it is in their subject curriculum. The goal of these initiatives is not only to improve health and well-being, but also to help students succeed academically and prevent their daily life. Thinking before reacting. Yes, emotionally intelligent people know that emotions can be powerful, but also temporary. They must know, or they are very well known about their emotions. When a high charged emotions that happens, such as becoming angry with a co-worker, the emotionally intelligent response would be to take some time before responding. This allows everyone to calm their emotions and think more rationally about all the factors surrounding the arguments. Next one is greater self awareness. Emotionally intelligent people are not only good at thinking about how other people might feel, but they are also adopt at understanding their own feelings. This is called self awareness. Uh, the self awareness allow people to consider the many different factors that contribute to their emotions. Empathy for others. A large part of emotional intelligence is being able to talk about the empathize with how other people are feeling. This often involves considering how we would respond if we were in the same situation. People who having strong emotional intelligence are able to consider the perspective, experiences, and emotions of other people and use this information to explain why people behave the way that they do. This is cognitive empathy versus emotional empathy. This is emotions related with our human body. Angry weaknesses our liver, grief weaknesses our lungs, worries weaknesses our stomach, stress
Third question.
weaknesses heart and brain, fear weaknesses our kidney. Is important of emotional intelligence to the teaching fraternity. Why we are required emotional intelligence skills? Increased personal well-being. First of all, increased personal well-being, increased leadership ability, increased team performance, improve decision-making skills, decreased occupational stress, reduced staff turnover. These are all the important of emotional intelligence, especially for the teaching fraternity. How can we practice emotional intelligence? Being able to accept criticism and responsibility. Able to move and after making a mistake. Able to say no when you need to. Yes. Able to share our feelings with others. Able to solve problems in ways that work for everyone. Having empathy for other people. Great listening skills. We have to improve our listening skills. Knowing why we do the things and don'ts. Not being judgmental of others. We are not in the part of judgmental. Emotional intelligence is essential for good interpersonal communication. Some experts believe that this ability is more important in determining life success than IQ alone. Things that we can do to strengthen our own social and emotional intelligence skills. Understanding emotions can be the key to better relationship, improved well-being, and stronger communication skills. Yes. Can we boost our emotional intelligence? Yes, we can. Some people might come by their emotional skills naturally. Some evidence suggests that this is an ability we can develop and improve. Say, for example, a 2019 randomized controlled trial found that emotional intelligence training could improve emotional abilities in workplace settings. Next one is listening skill. If we want to understand what other people are feeling, the first step is to pay attention to other words. Take the time to listen to what people are trying to tell us, both verbally and non-verbally. Body language can carry a great deal of meaning. When we sense that someone is feeling a certain way, consider the different factors that might be contributing to the emotions. Emphasize. Picking up on emotions in critical but we also need to be able to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. In order to truly understand their point of view, practice empathizing with other people. Imagine how we would feel in their situation. Such activities can help us build an emotional understanding of a specific situation as well as develop stronger emotion skills in the long term. The last one is reflect. The ability to um, reason with emotions is an important part of emotional intelligence. It considers how our own emotions influence our decisions and behavior. When we are thinking about how other people respond, assess the role that their emotions play. Why is this person feeling this way? Or they or they are there any unseen factors that might be controlling to these feelings? How do our emotions different from their? As we explore such questions, we may find that in become easier to understand our role and emotions for our thinking and behavior. As next part, we will move on to transactional analysis. How we are going to analyze our emotions. Transaction analysis is the tool to analyze our emotions. TA. TA means transactional analysis. Transactional analysis is a psychoanalytic and method of therapy developed by Eric Berne during 1950s. Transactional analysis, it communicate exchange between the people. During a conversation with someone, the person starting the communication will give the transaction stimulates, and then the person receiving this stimulus or message of communication will give the transaction response. It is the method used to analyze the process of transactions in communication with others. It required us to be aware of how we feel, think, and behave during interactions with other people. Yes, the big corporate companies used the transaction analysis with the employees before the promotion, after the promotion, and before the increment, and after the increment. The different situation, how their mind state is there. Yeah, we have three mind state: parental eco state, child eco state, and adult eco state. Eco state classified into three types: parent, adult, and child. Parental eco state classified into two: critical or controlling parent, nurturing parent. Adult is adult only, child, free child, and adopted child. Yes. We take first child state. The adopted child and the free child eco states, we interact and respond to someone based on our past internal emotions felt in childhood. So when we revert back to our thinking and feeling from when we were children, the child eco state is built on any reinforcements we were given in childhood, either positive or negative, to behave or not behave in a certain way, which still conditions and affects our interactions today. The adopted child state conforms and act according to others' wishes to please them and be seen as good and liked. Still, it also has a responsible side when faced it perceived conflict and causes responses of the person. The free child eco state can be creative, spontaneous, playful, and pleasure seeking. Then we talk about parental eco state. First, critical or controlling parent. This states nurturing parent state. The behavior of the person and the thinking patterns have been taught from our past interactions with our parents and other authority figures like teachers, grandparents, or elders. The people are in this state when they are reactive to situation and act out of their controlling. The last one is adult mind state. The adult state does not have any subdivisions. The adult state interact with people and their environment in the past and present. This state more open, more rational, and less to talk and judgmental. This category comes under situational part also. Yes, complementary transaction. The person asking another person, how are you? He or she says, okay, I am good. This is the complementary transaction. Cross to transaction is the same question. How are you? Do your work. This is the replied from other person. This is crossed transaction. Ulterior transaction. The same question. How are you? I'm not like you. This is ulterior transaction. Yes, thank you all. Thank you, Shekhar sir.